before Netflix, before YouTube, before 24-hour news, there was one man crazy enough to believe television should never turn off. A man who bought bankrupt TV stations, turned local news channels into national networks, created 24-hour news when experts said it would fail, and built a media empire worth billions. This is the story of how CNN, cable television, and modern media was shaped by one relentless entrepreneur. That man is Ted Turner. Ted Turner was born in 1938, but his empire didn't begin with television. It began with billboards. His father ran a small outdoor advertising company called Turner Advertising. Ted grew up under intense pressure. His father was strict, demanding, and obsessed with success. Then in 1963, everything changed. His father died by suicide, and at just 24 years old, Ted inherited a struggling company drowning in debt. Most people expected the business to collapse. Instead, this was the moment Ted Turner became Ted Turner. Ted immediately began expanding aggressively. He bought struggling billboard companies, cut costs ruthlessly, and focused on cash flow. Within a few years, he transformed the small company into a growing regional advertising business. But Ted wasn't thinking small. He saw the future wasn't billboards, it was television. And in 1970, he made the first move that would change his life forever. He bought a bankrupt TV station in Atlanta, a failing UHF channel called WTBS. At the time, this was considered a terrible investment. But Ted Turner saw something nobody else did. Cable TV was coming, and cable would need content. In the 1970s, TV was local. Each city had its own stations. There were only 3 major networks.
All right, time for this day in history and a look back at April 29th, 1939. That's when the National Broadcasting Company brought television to the world.
Today, January 14th, 1952, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are in NBC's World Communications Center in the heart of Radio City, New York. We are in touch with the...
But Ted had a radical idea. What if a local TV station could become a national channel? In 1976, he used satellite technology to beam WTBS across the entire United States. This created the first Superstation. Suddenly, a tiny Atlanta channel became a national network. This move made Turner a pioneer of cable television. But he wasn't finished. He knew one thing: to win television, you must own content. So Ted started buying sports teams for content. Turner made a move that shocked everyone. He bought the Atlanta Braves. Then he bought the Atlanta Hawks.
Oh, yeah. All right, so how do we get to the Hawks? Tell me about the Hawks story.
Well, Ted bought the Hawks, and he called me in one day, and he said, "Bob, what do you know about basketball?" And I said, "Well, not much. I played when I was a kid a little, but I don't really follow it that close." He said, Great. He said, "I want you to go run the Hawks." And I said, "Run the Hawks? What do I do with my job now?" He said, "You still do it, but I want you in your spare time to run the Hawks."
Why would a TV executive buy sports teams? Because sports guaranteed live programming. He could broadcast games nationwide on WTBS. This made the Braves America's team. Turner was building vertical integration before Silicon Valley made the term popular. He owned the channel. He owned the content. And now he was ready for his boldest idea yet. But what they actually called it was the craziest idea in media history. In 1980, Ted Turner launched a network that experts said would fail within months, a channel that aired news.
And he took the station that was struggling, barely staying on the air, and actually went on television, on the station, and said, "People watching, I need your help. I need you to make an investment, whatever you can afford, send that to me. I will pay you back with interest in 1 year because I want to keep the station on the air." Westinghouse Broadcasting, which at one time was a major owner of TV stations nationwide, bought WRET from Ted Turner for $20 million. $20 million in 1980 was a lot of money. Wow, yeah. What did he do with that? He started CNN.
Introducing CNN.
This is CNN Headline News. You're in tune with the world.
At the time, people laughed. Who would watch news all day? The big networks mocked him. Investors doubted him. Competitors predicted bankruptcy. But Turner believed the world was changing. Satellite technology was making real-time global broadcasting possible. And he was right. CNN struggled in the early years. It lost money, critics attacked it, and many thought it wouldn't survive. Then came 1991, the Gulf War. CNN reporters broadcasted live from Baghdad while bombs fell around them. For the first time in history, the world watched the war unfold in real time. Overnight, CNN became the most important news network on earth. Ted Turner has just invented the 24-hour news cycle. Turner knew cable networks needed endless content, so he made one of the smartest deals in Hollywood history. He bought Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, not for the studio, for the film library. He sold the studio back, but kept thousands of classic movies. This library powered new networks. Networks like TNT, the Cartoon Network, Turner Classic Movies. Turner was building a cable empire. Then in 1996, Turner made a historic move. He sold Turner Broadcasting to Time Warner for $7.5 billion. He became the largest shareholder and vice chairman. Cable television had officially become mainstream. The outsider had become the establishment. And then came the infamous merger with AOL. It became one of the worst mergers in business history.
Is that the biggest regret of your life?
What?
Having all your money tied up in Time Warner.
No, I would have liked to see that merger not happen, because it was a very good company before AOL was put into it. Then it was toxic.
What was the mistake, though? I mean, what was the, looking back at it, you were head of Turner Broadcasting. You had sold Turner Broadcasting to...
I had merged it. I had 10% of the stock. I thought that I was buying Time Warner, not selling to them.
Turner lost influence and eventually stepped away, but his impact was permanent. He had already reshaped global media. 24-hour news, cable superstations, the cable network bundle. Modern media exists because Ted Turner believed television should never sleep, and because he was bold enough to build the future before anyone else could see it.